Good morning, Zero here. And do you know what you need? You need this. I know, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be great. It's spectacular. You don't know what this is, but you really need it. You could be paying money for a next-gen console, but in reality, you really need the Atari VCS because it's going to blow the competition right out of the water. So grab yourself some coffee and let's get into it, shall we? And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should go ahead and do so now. I am building an army for world domination and I need you to be a part of it. And with that out of the way, don't forget to like the video, share it, all that good stuff. Unless you dislike it, then feel free to dislike it. Leave me a comment why, and actually give me a reason, because that'd be cool. It's great to have constructive criticism when it actually happens. Anyway, no, but seriously, seriously, the Atari VCS. This is the console for you. Next gen be danged, because this console is going to blow it out of the water. And if you've already disliked it because, the first minute or so has been me going, you need to buy this, I'm sorry, I've misled you. No, seriously, buyer beware, stay away from the Atari VCS. No, but seriously, this, wow. I love me some retro, right? I love retro. I emulate a ton of stuff. I own a lot of retro stuff. I collect. I mean, heck, you can look behind me here, and you may not be able to actually properly see it. You've got several Sega Master System games, PlayStation, old PC games, a couple of 360 and Xbox stuff, some other PlayStation, DS, Game Boy Color boxes, among other stuff from games that I own and can fit on that shelf because I just can't fit them all over there. I'm sorry. Anyway, no, but I love myself some good retro goodness, and this is not the thing you want. Whew. This is a scam. In my opinion, of course. No, but seriously, this game is definitely a buyer beware story, because between how much it costs and what little it's actually offering you, you do not want to go. So there was this crowdfunding campaign, right? That's what we're looking at right now on the screen. And I can't believe I actually pointed to that in the correct direction the first time, because I'm always really bad with that. Anyway, but seriously, and it raised quite a bit. What is that, 3 million? Is that what I'm reading? $3,058,123 US dollars from 11,597 backers. And yeah, dang, that's good. People want this, not gonna lie. People go nuts for retro. I would love to have the classic NES and SNES that came out by Nintendo. No, I don't want the third-party stuff. I want those specifically because they're Nintendo products and I can collect it. But among other reasons, I just really want that. I don't want one of those third-party 900 game things. Anyway, no, but yeah, seriously, this raised quite a bit. The problem is, be very wary of this thing, because it's not exactly something you might want to get at all. Oh gosh, I feel so sorry for those backers. But Tempest 4000. Tempest 4000 is apparently a game. It was Tempest 2000 for the Atari Jaguar, Tempest 3000 for the Neuron TXK for PS Vita, and you've got the Atari. Wow, a Tempest 4000, which is being developed or was developed by Llamasoft, right? Gosh, I can't even pronounce names today, which is nothing new. You can see it right here. But yeah, this is a video that they launched for the Atari VCS, where they're showing off that, you know, they're playing this particular game here, right? Problem is, it didn't actually happen, right? I mean, they kind of lied about it, I guess you can say, because the developer from Llamasoft did have to come out and go, the contract does not talk about the Atari box, just to let you know, not even the small prints. Actually, I don't think there was any Atari box at all when the contract was made. And you're probably asking yourself, what the heck is the Atari box? This. The Atari VCS is the Atari box. When it was first set up and shown off, it was the Atari box, and it's had quite the development cycle. But anyway, and then he doesn't really know anything about his game being on the platform. I know absolutely nothing about it, nor about it running, even less about the Atari box itself. Zorzin does not even have any insider information on the project, and knows as much as we through media reports and press releases. And quote, I don't even know what the HW or the OS really is. I mean, I know as much as you know. Like, they say it's like a laptop running some Linux, and yeah, that's how that went. So, among other things, of course, this thing has been pushed back in production. It apparently did not have a working prototype for the longest time when it was supposed to have had. When they were telling people it had, when they went and showed it off, it was essentially a box with nothing really inside, among other stuff, which is not exactly what you want when you're trying to, especially when you're telling people that it works. Right? It's a working thing. They've got a concept. They've got things set up. It's not just a concept in a box. They've got something working. It feels very, very shady when you start doing things like that. And also, you know, while all this stuff, the Atari VCS architect quits. Project claims he hadn't been paid for 6 months because apparently they weren't paying, you know, this guy or girl, you know, because I don't want to assume this person, you know, the money that they should have been being paid for the past 6 months to develop the actual architecture for the system itself, right? When that person walks out on you because you hadn't paid them in 6 months, that's another one of those question marks should be popping up over your head going, wait a second, should I really trust these people? I mean, they raised $3 million to make a retro console whose sole purpose is to play retro video games. And then maybe stream something on the Twatters or something. Or the Twatters, the Twitch. I'm sorry. You know, that's the whole point to this console. It's designed to allow you to play a bunch of retro stuff, but also at the same time you'll be able to connect to Netflix and Hulu and you know, all the modern conveniences and all that good stuff in a nice little box with a nice little controller and joystick to allow you to play and emulate these games, similar to how, you know, Nintendo did theirs, except it has some added bonuses. Or at least that's how it was supposed to be, right? This is how this thing had been marketed in. But then you actually get to seeing this thing, right? You get the Atari here, and you want to go and pre-order it, and we're looking at $389.99 US. When you add tax, that is over $400 right there, just for this. If you want to pre-order this game from the Walmarts or the GameStop, this system from the Walmart or the GameStops. But what does it really have to offer? What does it come with? Well, it comes with the system, and there's two systems, if I remember this correctly. You have the Atari VCS 400 and the Atari VCS 800 system. And wait until we get to the specs. You got the Atari Classic Joystick, which is actually kind of cool. Like, these two things, these are kind of cool. I would give somebody $40 for these. Just saying. Anyway, the Atari Modern Controller. Well, maybe not this. I've got my Xbox controller. I don't really need that. But this would be kind of cool, considering it's supposed to be able to connect via USB, and I think that would be really cool with an emulator, right? To actually have a stick that does that. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure I could probably type it into Amazon and find something similar already in existence. So, I mean, I don't really have to have it through Atari. Yeah. Anyway, but it's featuring a USB 3.0, HDMI, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and Bluetooth connectivity. That's all the new Atari VCS delivers. Unprecedented level of flexibility control, transforming how we interact with our TV, just as the original Atari 2600 did for 4 decades. Was it really 4 decades? How many years are in a decade again? I'd count that out, but I'm from Tennessee, and I don't think I have enough fingers or toes to actually do that one. Sorry. Anyway, the powerful AMD Ryzen processor featuring Radeon graphics technology can handle it all, including 4K HDR video streaming. I'm not too sure on that, because I've looked at the specs to this thing, and my computer can't output 4K. I mean, I guess it actually could. Never mind, I lied. My computer can't output 4K. I just need a monitor or something that actually can do 4K. I don't have anything that does that anyway. But yeah, I guess it could technically output 4K. My bad. I'm a dummy. I didn't think. But yeah, it comes with all these classic things. You get a library of the Atari Volt 100 home and arcade classics, the Atari World Linux-based OS, and Atari PC mode where you can install any OS. But I mean, you got Linux. Do you really need to install anything at that point? But yeah. So it's $389. It comes in some colors. You have whatever this is, brown, gray, something. You got the black, the solid black, which is the best look, and then you've got the yellow with the yellow stripes and stuff. But you know, the problem is this thing sucks. Like, seriously, this thing is horrible. So what does it got? What is these actual features, or these specs? The CPU is running an AMD Raven Ridge 2. GPU is a Ryzen. It has, drum roll please, 4 gigs of DDR4. Unless you've got the 800 system, then it's got 8 gigs of DDR4, which, luckily for you, are upgradable. Although it doesn't really specify how much it can actually handle. Because, unless something has changed over the years, I'm pretty sure there's still an upward capacitor, a limit to what you can install in your system, which is dependent on your motherboard and stuff like that. And it has a whopping 32 gigabytes of eMMC with a supportive HD, HD, wow, hard drive, disk space. Anyway, because I have no idea what HD stands for, apparently, when it comes to computer specs. No idea whatsoever. Anyway, it's the hard drive. It's got expandable hard drive storage, which is, is for, the USB ports, stuff like that, because you're going to need it if you want to put anything on this that is not just a retro thing, or heck, even install an OS at this point. Because OSs have a lot of space they take up these days. Like, no kidding. Anyway, I'm willing to bet the OS probably takes up a good chunk of... No, wait, never mind. It's running Linux. What am I talking about? I'm thinking Windows. I'm so sorry. Or Android. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, if you want to install something else, you're going to need an external hard drive for this thing. The connections are HDMI 2.0, 2.5, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Gigabit Ethernets, 4 times USB. There's 4 USBs on here? Wait, really? I could have swore I only saw 2 in the pictures. Did I miss that somewhere? Is that picture missing? I mean, Oh, okay. I guess there's two in the front, two in the back. Okay, my bad. My bad. That's a my thing. Anyway, HDCP 2.2 compliant. Operating system is Linux based because that's all that's going to fit there. And Linux is actually pretty good if you know what you're doing with it. Just saying. Anyway. But yeah, it's pretty small, and the problem is, this is my phone. My phone has more power than this thing does. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So my phone, which I spent, I think 100 and something, 200 on, is more powerful than this system, and it does all of this stuff. Right? My phone is capable of connecting to Netflix and Hulu. My phone can be used to emulate over 100 Atari games if I want to. I can connect something to it as a controller and stuff. I can push whatever's on the screen to the TV or my computer or whatever else I want to do. Yeah, my phone is better than this system. That's a problem. They want like $400 for this thing. And it's not worth it. You want to buy a budget PC to do this with and then some? Go to Walmart right now. I guarantee for about $400, $500, you can find yourself a PC that is a lot more powerful than this. And apparently I'm not the only one who even thought of that, of course. But, you know, you can go to Reddit and you can see people talking about it, and the Atari loyalists, of course, attacking these people for mentioning things like this. But yeah, you know, people are not happy with the price. It'd be a different story if this thing was like, I don't know, $80, $90, something like that. You know, something comparable to what the other classic systems that have come out from the other gaming companies at this point. Because, you know, the only thing they're offering beyond that, it's not much. I'm just saying. Yeah. But yeah, I got nothing else to say on that. The specs are trash, right? This whole thing is trash. They got over 3 million to develop this thing. Took them forever to actually start doing anything with it. Pretty much have some deceptive marketing going on where they're promising things. I mean, heck, in one video, I think they showed off that, you know, you could play Fortnite on it because everybody really wants to play Fortnite on their Atari VCS instead of the Xbox they probably already own, or the PS4 or 5 that they already own, or I don't know, any other system out there that has access to Fortnite at this point in time. You know, for like $100 less, you can buy yourself a Switch. For $200 less, you could buy a Switch Mini. For $100 or $200 more, you can buy the PS5 when it comes out. I don't know, because it's coming out sometime this holiday season, and I don't think the price has been solidified yet. But you know, you've got all that going. You've got their you know, their software architect over here quitting on them because they can't be paid in 6 months. But they got over 3 million, minus of course whatever Indiegogo takes out and stuff like that. But still, that's a good chunk of change. Still can't pay their people. And now they want you to pay $400 for this. It's astounding. So all the games that run on this, guess what, people? I have it playing on my, what is it? 3DS? Is that what the thing was called? I have an emulator on my 3DS that plays Super Nintendo games, right? And I've got a ton of Super Nintendo games on my 3DS. Mainly so I could play Mega Man X on the go, 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, I've got all that on my 3DS. I also have other classic things. I've got NES, Atari, Sega, emulators on my 3DS. If you really want to, go buy yourself a used 3DS and hack the dang thing real quick. It's not too hard. Just find yourself a good emulator to put on the homebrew. That's all. That's all you need to do. Go homebrew yourself a thing. You'll be good to go. Anyway, I think I've talked about this for long enough. Probably did a lot of rambling. Anyway, let me know what you think down about all this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Share it across the interwebs because we still need to build an army. So you need to join that army by hitting the subscribe button down below somewhere, or on the thingy, or at the end of the video when it tells you to, because there'll be a button somewhere. You need to do that. And I will see you later. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.